One of the things lots of people want to know about camp is who the people involved were. And today we're going to talk about one of our directors, the very first one, Florence Foster, who was director here from 1926 to 1946. Florence was well known for always being dressed very properly, whether she was fishing or at the lodge. She wore white pants, or jumpers as they would call them at the time. Florence was kind of a person who loved nature, loved being outside, and wanted to share that with other people. The first 50 years of camp have been put together in a book, A History of Memories, by many of the women who were part of the camp at that time, former campers and former staff. And one of the things they shared was, as director of camp, Florence A. Foster was a director of health and physical education at the YWCA, a native of New Hampshire, and a graduate of New York School of Physical Education in New York City. Miss Foster held the position for 20 years. She brought with her her love of nature, a remarkable ability to teach and inspire young people. Her wit and New England accent charmed the Midwestern ears. To quote from a log, she wore spanking white knickers with long socks to meet them. And another quote, the campers' energy was largely set off by Miss Foster's own spark plugging. She managed to be bookkeeper, errand boy, water boy, land sports director, and general morale builder. As you can see right from the start, Miss Foster took charge of everything and got camp going on the right foot. One of the things I noticed in a speech that she did that very first year about the history of camp, she said, looking forward, and that's what we're doing this year as we celebrate our 100th year. We're going to not only look back, but look forward. What's going to be happening in the future? What's going to be happening for your children and your grandchildren? So when we talk about camp's history, you'll notice things, and we'll talk about different kinds of transportation and different kinds of buildings. But each time, it's really set by the person in charge. And Florence was that person. Let's take a little look, though. If you look at this transportation, for instance, this is what Florence brought the girls from the train station in Newaygo out to camp. This was considered the camp bus. The camp bus was what we were able to transport children in at that time. Things moved ahead, and there were always different kinds of things that we would incorporate. Here the girls are getting ready for one of their trips, probably to a place called High Rollaway that they might be able to spend the afternoon with. Here you'll see one of the first docks. Doesn't look like much, but from this station, the girls then would swim out to High Dock. There wasn't any way to walk out there. They had to swim. So as camp grew, different types of things came into place, but many things were still the same. If you look here, you'll see archery. Archery has been a very active part of camp. In the upper picture here on the right, you can see this is when the archery range was in our current parking lot. Look at all the trees that close off that area. As we go through different parts of camp, you'll be able to see what parts were used differently than they are today. Miss Foster was a spark plug, and she got a great camp started.